Hi, I'm going to run through the actual Socialroots platform now. So any group has a dashboard. So we've got the description, we've got some key links. So basically the main resources that might be used by members of the group, and then an overview of the leaders of that group. We've then got a menu system on the left where we can see that we can go to the group notes, the directory settings, and to see all the subgroups that have been set up. So every group can have as many subgroups as it likes. And the basic guide as to whether if you're setting up a subgroup or a group is to really just have a think, if I'm setting up a group, is it likely to need some subgroups? And if it is, then you need to set up a separate group. And if not, then it can sit as a subgroup within your main group or organization. So if we go down the menu on the left, we've got group notes. And these notes, you can basically, they're updates, periodic news that is going to be helpful for group members. At the same time, you can see that this note has been posted to two groups. It's been posted to the main Plymouth Octopus group, but it's also been posted to one of the subgroups, Be More Plymouth, that has been set up. And you can see the types of notes that I've posted here. I've posted a general update 2 weeks ago, and I've posted some notes from a meeting that I thought was relevant to the POP team. We've got the directory, so you can see everybody that is part of this. So if you're part of a subgroup, you're also part of the main group, but your roles may differ. So there's only 3 roles within a group. You've got the leaders, the participants, and the supporters. So the leaders are the people that are really driving the work. The participants are those that are supporting on the fringes and they're actively contributing. And we can see that I can change that quite easily. And then Imogen becomes a leader. And supporters are relatively passive members of the group. The group settings are relatively straightforward: name, logo, website. And the subgroups, you can see all the subgroups that are part of this group. If we go to marginalized voices and we go to the subgroup members, you can see that I'm just set as a supporter within this subgroup. So what that means is I'm just a passive recipient of news from this subgroup. I am not contributing in any way, whereas you can see Alan and Stuart are. And what that means is that I can't busy or create noise within that subgroup or group if it was. I can't send a note. I can only reply to existing notes. Whereas I'm a leader within the Be More Plymouth, and so therefore I can create a note as follows. So when I create a note, I can choose where I post it. So if this is like a piece of news and an update that I think is really relevant across every group that I'm part of, I could choose to send a note to all the groups and subgroups that I am an active participant in. So what that means is that I am a leader or a participant. And so what that does, it means that I can cross-post news that I think is relevant. And because it's reserved for leaders and participants, it doesn't mean that it can be crowded out by a lot of noise. And if I do start to overpost and overwhelm other groups, then there's a relationship there to pick it up. I can also add external email recipients. So I can add as many emails as I would like. And so what this means is that the other leaders that might be part of your group, or the other participants or the supporters, you can include all of their emails. And when I send this, it will not save any of those emails. So the system doesn't remember who you sent it to. Now that's because of data sharing, and you don't have the consent of someone for that email to be stored on this system, but you do have the consent to send them an email. So it sends them the email, and what it means is that every time you go to do this, you need to be aware about who you're going to be sending the note to. You can, once you've added the title and the content, you can also add an action request. So people are prompted to respond with, I'll do it, or not this time, and I need help. So when you're at the send point, you can send it quietly. So everybody that is part of the Socialroots platform will not get a notification in their email inbox saying a note has arrived. It will just be there the next time they log on to Socialroots. You can send and notify, which means that everybody on Socialroots will get an email. Any emails that you've added at this stage will also receive an email, whether you send it and notify or send quietly. Everybody that you've entered an email for will get an email. So I'm just going to cancel that and get rid of that. I think that's broadly how to use group and subgroup settings. What is also worth being aware of is if you want to add your organization to the directory, so say you wanted to be connected to the Be More Plymouth the POP directory here, you set up an organization here with the basic information, no more than that, and then we can manually add you to the directory. What that then means is that when you go to the network map, which is created automatically, you can start to see the network map of who is involved. And you can see that POP is sat in the middle of its 3 subgroups, but we're also connected to this national group of Do With Neighbourhoods of Care. So this could become quite a powerful visualization of everybody involved in the work.